It was good. I was in
Mr. Buffington,
You want one over? The next night you get lost. We must. I use there. Yeah, we must.
bring this meeting to order. It's 9:01 a.m. August 21st. Roll call, please.
Chairman Smith,
Here.
Commissioner Buffington,
Here.
Commissioner Petrie.
Here. Let it be noted that there is a quorum. Staff present is Richard Bustamante, in-house counsel, Izzy Trejo, New Mexico Racing Commission Executive Director, Elizabeth Garcia, New Mexico Racing Commission Investigator. Let the record show there is a quorum present. Let's do the pledge of allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Yes. Approval of the agenda. Is there a? Are we okay?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Respectfully, staff request amendment to the agenda. If we could table item E number 9, request for approval of payment breakage under Summer Park,
Number 9.
as well as remove item E number 3, request for approval of 2025-2026 stall applications, as the commission no longer approves those stall applications.
Okay, D what now?
Remove E number 3, request for approval of 2025-2026 stall application, and D number 9, request for approval of gaming and breakage. We could address that next month.
Okay. That being said, do we need a roll call to do that, Richard?
Okay,
Need a motion, I think.
We need a motion.
Buffington, I'll make that motion. Second, Petrie.
Roll call, please.
Chair Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Buffington,
Yes.
Commissioner Petrie.
Yes.
Approval of the minutes. Has everybody found any discrepancy in the minutes? If not,
I will make a motion to approve. Second, Petrie.
roll call, please.
Chair Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Buffington,
Yes.
Commissioner Petrie.
Yes.
And for the record, those were the approval of the July 17th, 2025 commission meeting.
Commissioner's report. Do you have anything to say?
No, sir.
Either. Agency director report. Izzy.
Yes, Chairman, Commissioners, Izzy Trejo, Director of the New Mexico Racing Commission. Thank you everyone for being here today. Happy to be here, very happy to be here. Do want to start with some big news, and we don't breed a lot of stewards in New Mexico. Those of us have fallen as well as horses, but I just want to congratulate Ms. Liz Garcia, who attended the Stewards Accreditation School in Oregon in June, and she got her test results back, and she passed all portions of the test with flying colors. So we're very impressed. We're very proud of Ms. Garcia. She has, as they say in the sports world, she puts in the work. She's been a great study to learn the games and the ins and outs of the industry. So I applaud her, and sincerely in the most way, and I'm sorry, in the most sincerest way, we're very proud of her. So
All right. Well,
congratulations.
so you are one now.
She joined an elite fraternity.
When was the first time was you actually work in a booth?
Probably in a couple days,
Oh,
next week.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's
She's
interesting.
a substitute steward and has done an excellent job and has learned the ins and outs of being up in the steward stand and downstairs in the steward's office. So she'll hit the ground running with that. So like I said, we're very proud of her. She's very paying attention. is what she's done in her 5 years here with the agency. It paid off. Going onwards, just got back from the Race and Gaming Conference and ARCI Board of Directors meeting in Saratoga Springs, New York. A lot of ground was covered there, from immigration to iGaming to ADW, decoupling, and so on. A lot of movement that can affect the industry in a lot of ways. Specifically, immigration has become a focal point of discussion in our industry, as everyone knows about the raid at Delta Downs in Louisiana, in which 80 some odd stable employees were picked up by federal agents and removed from the racetrack premises. We did interviews with Al Jazeera news station and NPR news station about this topic. And, now to a certain point, we had a false sense of security here in New Mexico that it can't happen here in New Mexico, but I think it can now. And going back to an experience in Arizona where the state licensed several illegal immigrants, and we had to conduct hearings when Governor Brewer, Joe Arpaio were very strong in Arizona. The agency, Arizona Department of Racing, we were licensing illegal immigrants. And because of that issue, the state faced several sanctions by the feds for doing just that. So we're very cautious on how we handle the people that do not have documentation. As you know, our rules state that they do need to provide documentation that they're in this country legally to work. So if they don't provide the documentation, unfortunately, we cannot license them, and that's just protecting the agency. So you have to be very careful there with that. So that was one big topic. The other is iGaming, sweeping the nation. It's a unique, it's so-called sweepstakes casinos. It's online social casinos in which it's basically like adult versions of, if you've ever been to Dave & Buster's, where you go buy credits on a little card to play a bunch of games, and then you win tickets, you redeem them for prizes. So this is getting very popular in states where gaming isn't legal, such as Texas, and then there's sports wagering platforms with this too. There's a company called Fliff in California that a lot of people are playing that because they can't play sports wagering there in a lot of parts of California, if any at all. I'm not sure where the geofences are with the tribes and all, but nonetheless, this is a really not regulated by gaming commissions or racing commissions. It's governed by sweepstakes laws in each state. So just like when you're a kid, if you sign up on your box of cereal, sign this and send it in to redeem a prize. It's basically that, and it's becoming pretty big because it's on the internet. So there's just a lot of competition out there against us, which is why the keynote speaker of the conference, Bill Carstangen from Churchill Downs, was saying, advising the industry, invest in your industry. You got to keep investing in your industry, make the public experience rememberable for the patrons that come and watch our sport day in and day out. And he showed a lot of charts, which Kentucky and Virginia, and which Churchill Downs owns, Colonial Downs now, all the trajectories on purses, races, horses, starts, field size, everything's going upwards, which the rest of the country, and including New Mexico's, going downward. So his feeling is, and he makes it sound easy, that if you just build it, they will come. Sometimes it's not that simple. You do have to move and shift to get this to be a success. So, and Churchill feels that they've done a great job at doing just that. But they have a lot of historical horse racing machines there that are fueling purses. I think maiden races, non-twos, raise over $100,000 just for your first time out with a maiden. So they are doing good. Virginia is doing good as well. And once again, they have HHR machines in Virginia, Colonial Downs, and all around the Richmond, Virginia area and throughout the state of Virginia. So, there are some rosy stories in horse racing, but the majority of the stories was for kids. The decoupling in Florida, they said that was just the beginning of what's to come across the nation. As you know, dog racing's been outlawed in the state of Florida. Gaming's been decoupled from standard breds and quarter horses in the state of Florida recently. on the chopping block was thoroughbred racing this past legislative session in Florida. So a lot of experts feel that this is going to trickle throughout the nation. The HPPA was very vocal about it, and they feel that racetracks need to invest more in horse racing to help raise the product that we're providing to the customer right now. Right now, in a lot of jurisdictions, look at Nebraska, opening day at their new casino, they had a 3-race card, 4 horses in the first race, 8 horses in the second race, and 8 horses in the third race. There's no race 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 races.
Yeah.
And, racing in the Midwest is tough. Yeah, Canterbury going at the same time, Prairie Meadows going right now, at Texas going right now. There's just not a lot of horses to go around. And if you want to call that a good product with three races with one with a 4-horse field, you need to get in another industry because that's not what the public wants to bet on. So anyways, a lot of tough topics, a lot of things moving against our industry. But I think if we stay laser focused, just in my discussions with you commissioners, very, very happy to be part of the stimulating conversations of what we can be here in New Mexico. We got more tools than anyone in the Southwest to mess with.
No question.
And we've said it 100 times here before everyone.
Yeah.
There's no reason why we shouldn't be the cream of the crop throughout the entire Southwest or even west of the Mississippi. So looking forward to more discussions on those topics, how we can change racing for the better here in New Mexico. Just happy to be part of it. I stand for any questions.
That being said, that we are in a good position here in New Mexico. There's no question about it. First of all, we got the purses to die for. And the mobility we're going to have to do some things next year to make it easier for the horsemen to get between the tracks and different things we're looking at is really, really going to be a positive move. The horsemen will love it. Purses will be good. I think, there's a lot of positive things here. One thing we do not want to do, Fred, is mess with the compact. That's why there's no decoupling here. If we mess with the compact, and we talked about different things that could be done, and we're working on some stuff where we can get some more first money and more distribution and stuff that we don't know if we can do it yet, but we're going to look into it. That will create more income for the racetracks as well as the horsemen's purse. But we got to make sure that we can do it and do it legally. Okay. And
That and time to plan.
right.
for
Exactly.
some-
We're working on some really, really positive stuff that all of you are going to love. And every horseman's going to love it, for sure. Izzy, I want to thank you for staying. I don't know if you guys know it, we were losing Izzy. And along with that, we were probably going to lose our CFO or 3 or 4 other employees. Probably. Liz, I mean, we were in a wreck, and I came to him and said, if I can help and get this thing straightened out, will you stay? And with a lot of help from different people throughout the state, we got it fixed and able to get money to pay our bills and move forward. And I appreciate you. I really do.
I appreciate that, Chairman, Commissioners, and you gentlemen were a big reason for it. You guys tugging at my heartstrings for many, many days. And these folks here in the audience as well. I think this is a good family to be part of.
Yeah.
And I think we can do great things together. So, but as I said earlier, happy to be part of these discussions that can help progress horse racing forward into the future for the state of New Mexico.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, John, you want to take us into closed session?
I will do that. I move that the commission enter into executive session to discuss pending litigation, licensing matters, and for deliberations in connection with legal proceedings as identified under item number 7 of the meeting agenda in accordance with NMRC 1978, sections 10-15-1H, 1, 3, and 7 of the Open Meetings Act.
Looking for approval?
Petrie.
Smith,
Yes,
Mr. Buffington,
Yes.
Commissioner Petrie.
Yes.
we're now in closed session.
We are back on the record and I hereby swear and affirm that during the closed executive session, the matters discussed were those listed in the agenda. And there were updates and no decisions were made. And Chairman Smith.
Looking for a motion to come back into
Buffington, I'll make that motion.
Second, Petrie.
roll call, please.
Chair Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Buffington,
Yes.
and Commissioner Petrie.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Moving on, unfinished business. Richard.
All right, in the matter, my understanding is in the matter of Ken Getz. Initially, commissioners, you had provisionally approved his secondary license pending his background check. Having received the information from Gaming Control regarding the background check, I understand that the commission would like to entertain a motion for final approval of Ken Getz's secondary license, given his passing of the background check.
Buffington, I would make that motion.
Second, Petrie.
Roll call, please.
Chair Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Buffington,
Yes.
and Commissioner Petrie.
Yes.
Thank you. And I was advised that Mr. Bobroff has gone to the restroom. Let me just double check to see if he's out in the lobby.
You scared the hell out of me.
Commissioners, it's my understanding in the matter of John L. Bobroff, having heard from him, the commission would like to entertain a motion to approve Mr. Bobroff to be permitted to apply for licensure by the State of New Mexico Racing Commission as a groom.
Buffington, I will make that motion.
Second, Petrie.
Roll call, please.
Chair Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Buffington,
Yes.
Commissioner Petrie.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Moving on to
Budget.
and also then how about request approval?
Fiscal year 27. Yeah, it looks like she's ready.
Hey, Chairman, members of the commission. Thank you for taking time this morning to listen to our FY27 budget request. You have a few numbers in front of you and we'll go over those shortly. We did get a call from the governor's office yesterday, actually from the FA, and we were notified that our budget, specifically the supplemental that you see on your sheets, $248,000 was approved. So that is some good news for our agency. We'll be getting some additional funding in FY27. So overall, our budget for the general fund in FY26 is about $3.4 million, specifically $3,443,300. In FY27, we were given the direction by the Department of Finance and Administration to go in with a flat budget. Usually we're allowed about 3%. This year was no. So with that in mind, our FY27 general fund only budget request is about $3,799,000. A difference from FY26 of about $355,700. Now that difference is because it's not including the supplemental, but it is including some fairly large increases in employee liability insurance and some do-it costs, that type of stuff. We were granted the ability to increase those costs. Those costs are set by other agencies, General Services Department, DFA, and also the Department of Information Technology. So overall, it's about a 9% increase over FY26. But again, this is something that we were directed to increase those rates, especially for litigation, that type of stuff. That did come in a little bit more expensive, about $329,000 more than what we paid this year in FY26. So overall, our budget for FY27, including the $248,000 supplemental, is $8,347,000 for our total FY27 request. And with that, I'm prepared to have any questions, answer any questions.
I do. So are you pleased with where we're at with this budget?
Definitely, yes, Chairman, I am pleased with this budget. I think that will give our agency the capability to hire the additional staff that we need, the investigators, the veterinarians that are being requested at this point in time. I definitely feel this is.
So we're all right. Now we on a level deal. Izzy, are you pleased with it?
Well, I'm always used to asking for a lot, more,
Yeah.
but, take what you can get in this game. So,
Yeah.
very pleasantly surprised at this point in time. When the rubber hits the road, ask us then and we'll see.
Yeah,
And after the next session, what we come up with and I'll let you know if I'm still happy.
yeah. And you're gonna get these, changes we need on the agenda quick, November sometime?
Yes, in terms of the rule changes, I'll
Yeah.
be looking at
Okay.
setting up that date. Just also wanted to let you know, commissioners, that we are going to be looking into that significant increase in basically our insurance liability premiums.
Right.
CFO Amber advised that there's a process that we can follow to have them really explain why the significant increase in our premiums, given the fact, obviously, we faced litigation, but we have basically won on litigation. And it's not like we have paid out, tens of thousands of dollars in either attorney fees. With the goal of hopefully maybe getting them to decrease it once we look into
Sure.
exactly what was the reason for that increase. So the details hopefully to follow.
Amber, the DFA is working with you diligently. Good.
Mr. Chairman, yes, they are working with us. Again, we are fortunate, especially in this time when the state is facing a shortage of federal funding. And now the state is going to have to pick up a lot of that funding that other agencies, not us in particular, but we are very fortunate to get that. So I'm definitely thankful for that.
Any other questions for her?
No, but good to hear. We're moving on.
Comments? Oh, thank you, Amber. You've done a really good job. Izzy, Richard, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Chairman.
And do you need a motion to approve?
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
Well, as Buffington, I will make that motion to approve.
Second, Petrie.
roll call, please.
Chair Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Buffington,
Yes.
Commissioner Petrie.
Yes.
And that vote was for the approval of the FY 2027 Racing Commission budget. Thank you.
Thank you.
Simon Park. Dustin, my boy. How about the Sox? Oh, they're just playing
Oh,
games.
man.
Come on, man.
Oh, wait, maybe on the other side there's something.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right. It was a little, but
They made up for the shirt.
that's correct.
Ship the Trader Joe's at noon. I like to just hang out there and people ask me where stuff is. What are you asking me for? Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, Dustin Dix, Director of Racing, Summer Park. I believe our first agenda item is a ratification of approval of a variance to continue simulcasting on July 7th through September 1st. And that was because of the cancellation of the Riiiiitt meet.
And commissioners, if you'd like, if you see, Sunland does have 8 items. If you'd like, we can ask Mr. Dix to present them all at once. And then if you want, you can have questions and then we could do one motion on all of them if you'd like.
Yeah, now I know he was gonna have some questions on something, but do that and then we'll turn John.
And obviously number 3 and 8 are off of the agenda. 3 and 9.
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, I'll rephrase my request. Requesting approval of the ratification of our variance for simulcasting for the July 7th to September 1st for the cancellation of the Riiiiitt meet. We're also requesting a ratification of approval to amend our simulcast import list to include Northfield Park, home of the Flying Turns. And we're also requesting approval of our stall application, or not our stall apps, that was removed. We're requesting approval of our nomination blanks, our 2026 shoot flag, 2026 West Texas Derby nomination blank, 2026 West Texas maturity, 2026 New Mexican Spring Futurity, and our 2026 West Texas Futurity nomination blank.
Any changes on those nomination blanks?
Mr. Chair, Commissioner Buffington, there was no changes from our nomination blanks that were submitted last year. Persons remained the same and the payment schedule the same as well
Okay.
for all those races.
Anything that, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, didn't we request that you add some verbiage, dead horses, and horses on suffering injuries be able to enter the,
Yeah, Mr. Chair, Commissioner Buffington, we did make some changes in some of our language. Did add verbiage that Executive Director Trejo mentioned, and that verbiage is if a horse earns a qualifying time for the finals of a race, but is unable to compete in the finals due to injury, including EIPH or death, the horse will be able to enter the finals at the time of entry to receive their respective payouts. And I think that's the way we've always handled it in the past. We were just putting that on our blanks just for clarification.
and we will be pursuing a rule change in the near future where our rules will be compliant with that. They'll be working concert.
So that's if a horse is unable to come back but qualifies, they'll get last place purse money or whatever they qualify.
Yeah, and that's the way we've
I
always,
was gonna say, I think that's
that's the way we've always handled it in the
Okay.
past.
gonna clean it up.
Yeah, we're just gonna clean it up.
If they're not entered, sometimes it never gets to Equibase. The owner has to call Equibase and get credited for that money
Earnings,
and
right.
earnings and all that kind of stuff,
Gotcha.
which makes all, there's no also eligibles in the finals.
Well, I hate to disappoint Billy, but that's really my only question.
Oh, shoot. All right, looking for a motion to approve.
Ms. Buffington, I'd make a motion to approve 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Second, Petrie.
Roll call, please.
Chairman Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Buffington,
Yes.
Commissioner Petrie.
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Moving on to E. Ray Pot.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Buffington, Commissioner Petrie. Max Morland from Sunray Park and Casino. Sunray Park respectfully requests the variance to continue simulcasting, ratification of the approval to continue simulcasting on July the 7th through September the 1st. This was caused by the bulk of the Riiiiitt race meet being canceled.
Buffington, I would make that motion, although technically Albuquerque's the 28th, so you really only need to do that, but I'm good with September 1st, date too.
Albuquerque opens at 28.
Yes, that's their first
Right,
race day,
Right. But,
but that's fine because that was the original meet
yeah,
for
okay.
Second, Petrie.
Roll call, please.
Chairman Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Buffington,
Yes.
Commissioner Petrie.
Yes.
Approval for Rio Dosa Downs. Rick Ball. Are you up there, Rick?
Good morning, Commissioners. Rick Ball, General Manager, Riiiiitt Downs Racetrack. Request approval to ratify the distribution of purse equally for the contestants in the 2025 Zia Juvenile.
Buffington, I would make that motion.
Second, Petrie.
Roll call, please.
Chairman Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Buffington,
Yes.
and Commissioner Petrie.
Yes.
Rick, don't leave yet. Are you
I'm
still
here.
there? Okay, give us a little update. How things going?
You know, we've had meetings, 2 meetings with the governor. We've had numerous meetings with Homeland Security, the Cabinet Secretary for Homeland, Ali Rye, as well as the General for the Army Corps of Engineer. And currently they are working on designs to present to Mr. Trotter and I within the next week or so. And we have our recommendations on the design. And one recommendation that we've got is to move the racetrack back to the north side of the river. From conversation with the mayor on Monday, there has been conversation of actually moving the river even a little further south away if we go to the 5/8 oval. And something I would like to say is to squash the rumors that we're not running thoroughbreds. I can't answer that question yet. And the reason I can't is because the elevations that have to be achieved to use the racetrack is somewhat of a levee. So if there's enhancement of grades when you're coming around the turn, that won't work for thoroughbreds. But we're working with them. We're trying to get this out there so that everybody will know to squash the rumors. But I don't have the answers yet. We're waiting on the engineers to come back and show us what's achievable. For example, they were going to build 3 detention basins upstream from us. In each detention basin at 8 acres per basin was to detain and slow that water down for approximately 45 minutes. And after the flood on the 8th, they told us if we had had those detention basins in place, it would have given us about 45 seconds. So now the engineers are proposing, as of today, and it could change, a 32-acre detention basin upstream, plus 2 8-acre detention basins, plus another 8-acre detention basin here on the track. So right now it's kind of a moving target. Cabinet Secretary Kristi Noem was here in Ruidoso on Tuesday. She's very well versed about the racetrack. She knows the economic impact of this racetrack of 160 million annually. She even said that the president is aware of it. He knows what's going on. So we've garnered a lot of attention. The Army Corps General and the engineers understood, and they know that those culverts that they installed last year didn't work. So we're back at the drawing board right now, but every day I'm constantly telling them time is of the essence. We have to go. So that's where we're at as of today, and it could change by this afternoon.
I appreciate it, Rick. Appreciate everything you're doing. It would greatly help us as a racing commission if you could figure out how to make that track so we can run thoroughbreds as well.
That's our goal, but
Huh?
I said that's our goal, but
Okay.
the fate and and also there's been rumors out there that we're going to move. That's not any desire of Mr. Trotter or myself to move this racetrack. But the landscape has drastically changed in the area, and but we're doing everything we can to stay right where we're at.
Do you have a time frame for making some kind of provision? I think that just adds to the uncertainty and the rumor mill as you referred to.
Commissioner Buffington, I would love to start next week. They held us off last year. Basically, we didn't get to start our portion of repairing the track until late February. So that only give us a little over a month to put the track back. And I've been very, very vocal that I did not want contractors in here that didn't know anything about racing surfaces. And I wanted to be involved of the choice of the contractors that come in here so that people speak that language and they understand when we're out applying the process of what's got to be done, and they understand the safety aspect of the equine athlete and what we have to achieve from the base all the way up to the cushion.
Yeah, that's really important, as you know. I mean, safety is utmost very important for the horse. All right,
And
Rick, appreciate it very much. Thank you so
look
much.
forward to hope to see y'all at
Thank
the
you.
sale this weekend.
It's not this weekend. It's
Next weekend. Sorry, I'm rushing things, aren't I?
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Right. Approval for Zia Park. Wait a minute. We did a motion already on his, right?
Yes.
On Rick's. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Zia Park.
Yes, Chairman Chris Mackerlane, Penn Entertainment, representing Zia Park. Sorry, my video is not being turned on, but Zia Park requests a variance to continue simulcasting because of the Ruidoso meet cancellation from July 7th through September 1st, 2025.
Can we do all these together,
We
Richard?
do.
Yes, sir.
You met last time, okay.
Go ahead and read the other
Okay.
two, Chris.
Okay, sorry about that. Request number 2, Zia Park requests approval for payment of purses for the 2025 Zia Park race meet pursuant to Rule 15.2.3.8D4A.
Explain what that is.
That's a,
Somebody can, yeah. Don't care who.
Chris, I can explain it perfectly.
Okay.
That's pursuant to that rule that's quoted there on the agenda, Commissioner. That allows for win picture fees.
Okay, I got it. I know what rule it is. now.
Okay, okay.
Instead of approval.
Yeah, okay, got it. Thank you.
And did we,
I
how
think
about the third one?
we're good with that one. But let him,
Go ahead and read that third
No.
one.
oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you had to vote on the number 2 or not.
yeah, I'm good with
We're
that.
good. We're good.
Okay. Request number 3 is approval of the 2025 Zia Park condition book number 1.
Any looking for a motion?
Buffington, I would make a motions to approve G 1, 2, and 3.
Second, Petrie.
Roll call, please.
And just to clarify on item number 1, it would be a request to ratify the variance to continue simulcasting. And roll call of Chair Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Buffington,
Yes.
and Commissioner Petrie.
Yes.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
gentlemen.
Hey, I like your new manager. Make sure he stays for more than 3 months, please.
Good. We like them too, and we'd like them to stay for a long time.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Deer Park, Albuquerque, I'm sorry. Donnie.
Chairman, Commissioners, Don Cook with the Downs at Albuquerque. Item H1, request variance to continue simulcasting through September 1, 2025. Despite the cancellation of the bulk of the remainder of the Ridgeville Downs race.
Okay, read the second one as well. We're gonna
The
read
second one, Chairman, Commissioners requesting to amend our 2025 state schedule by adding the Honks Ranch Staff Challenge. This was a race originally scheduled to be run at Red Dosto. So we fixed it, fit it in our schedule. Trials Friday, September 12th, finals September 26th.
That was good of you.
Doesn't alter your overall percentage of overnight persons and all that. It would materially anyway.
No, we're good.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Need a motion, sir?
Yes, sir.
This is Buffington. I'll make a motion to approve under H1 and 2.
Second, Petrie.
Roll call, please.
And just to clarify on item number 1, that would be a ratification variance. And Chairman Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Buffington,
Yes.
and Commissioner Petrie.
Yes.
All right, moving on to I, presentation of Equine Management Group and Associates.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, we talk about it a lot, track safety and the animal welfare. And the gentlemen that are going to do a presentation for us today are from Equine Risk Management Group and Associates LLC. I want to introduce Mr. Joe Carr. Mr. Joe Carr is one of the good guys in horse racing. He has a degree in just about everything you can think of from the University of Massachusetts, Kentucky, and Miami. Just a very knowledgeable person, cares a lot about the horse. His 2 colleagues, Mr. Tom Sage, former executive director for the Nebraska Racing Commission and Gaming Commission, exceptionally given there. And Mr. Mike DePue, who's a well-known track expert in conditioning racetracks and soil analysis. He is currently the track superintendent for the turf course, Horseshoe Indianapolis. Mr. Joe Carr will take the lead and do the presentation. I'm not sure if his colleagues will be joining him. Those are the trio that make up this this outfit. I just wanted to show the industry that, when things start happening on your racetrack and horses suffer catastrophics, we have people to turn to in the industry that can come in and take a look and do analysis on the racetracks. Because I think this day and age, the commission, the racetracks, they're expected to turn over every stone to try to assure that we have a safe racing surface. And these people are here to always help should we need some expert analysis. So it shows that we are putting our best foot forward in assuring that the track surfaces that our horses compete over are at the optimum conditions. So I hand it over to Joe.
You up there? Joe?
Joe Clark. Joe Clark, Tom Sage. (859) telephone number, perhaps.
Mark, I can see Tom Sage.
Okay, I'm unmuted now.
Turn him up a little bit.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Not real good. Turn it up a little bit. Go ahead, Joe.
Is that good for everybody?
Yes, that's good.
Okay. I'll just thank you, Izzy, so much for the kind words, and really appreciate the opportunity of speaking to the New Mexico Racing Commission. This is a very, very essential part of our program, and basically what we are doing is we are coming in and doing complete equipment and surveys of the racing surface and also the security and racing rules of the particular jurisdiction. So what we're doing is we're doing a complete assessment of the compaction, of the moisture, of the depth, of the base, of the cushion you just mentioned. Mr. Rick talked about both the cushion and the base and how vital it is to get the right person. I think Izzy has found us and we found him, and we are doing the right situation for racing jurisdictions actually here in the United States and also in Canada. We provide a service that we come in and it takes about 3 or 4 days, but we do a complete check. And provide a report that is very detailed in nature, about 75 pages long, with all of the conditions that were seen and reported. We peel back the cushion. We also do the base, and we do have the ability of doing ground penetrating radar, so we can get to the base in all sections of the racetrack, not just certain sections. I think Izzy has a report that we have done for a jurisdiction in Canada for the 2 racetracks at Racing Alberta, and they are very, very pleased. We also are doing the work for the Wyoming Gaming Commission on all 3 racetracks. We've just finished all 3 of them for the 2nd year in a row. And I think everybody has seen a dramatic increase in the safety and concern of both the racing surface and the equipment and everything else that goes along with it. I think you'd be very pleased with what we have to offer. I know that social license to operate is very much on everybody's mind now. And I think that this would be a very vital point in the New Mexico Gaming Commission's efforts to bring about a real good level playing field and an understanding of what they're doing moving forward. The equipment that's me, and I do have. I'm very, very, very honored in my degrees and what I have done. I have, after today, you've listened, met me, and hopefully meet me. I've officiated 2 Olympics, and I officiated all the way around the world. I am licensed in Wyoming, New York, Kentucky, and soon to be, if awarded the honor, licensed in New Mexico, and actually licensed in Alberta. I'm very, very interested and been working in the industry for over 50 years. Tom Sage is my partner. He lives in Nebraska. Tom is past executive director and of the Gaming Commission in Nebraska. He basically put the Nebraska Gaming Commission on the map in about 3 years. He's done an excellent job. He's decided to retire, and he and I have partnered and have produced, I think, a great effect for racing in the jurisdictions that we're doing. And the next page, please. Michael Depew has been a soil and surface agronomist for many, many years. He's done lots of racetracks, both here in the United States and around the world. Both he and I serve on the ASTM subcommittee for equine surface management. He is now the track superintendent, TURSAF track superintendent at Horseshoe, Indiana. He also consults with myself and does work with precision equestrian arenas. He's actually very active, just like myself, in the sport horse industry. And we both have done testing at the NFR in Vegas a couple of years ago. He's very progressive, and we have a program that has been designed by him. Next slide, please. What we do is, there's a picture of me with my graying hair. We have 4 or 5 different instruments. The first instrument is the TDR 350, which measures the moisture and content in the soil. The next one is the Clegg hammer, which is ASTM approved. It detects compaction. The other one is in my hand is a depth meter, and we also have a surface strength tester on my shoulder. Next slide, please. What we do is try to get the surface management, including the surface and drainage. We do all of this. It is something that's very important. We also do this for racetracks, other racetracks, and we also do it for equestrian surface management, both here in the Kentucky area and around the United States. Next slide, please. We have a risk management program. As you can see, that I've been in the equine insurance business for over 35 years and have a very, very knowledgeable risk management. And we bring that risk management and health safety to your racetrack and provide information that is vital for proper management of a racetrack. Next. There's a picture of myself at Energy Downs with and doing a drop with the Clegg hammer. We do risk management, we do assessment, risk transfer. We talk about insurance companies and how insurance companies should be vital. And I just heard that in one of your talks earlier, that they should be partners and have a complete understanding of the risk that they are assuming prior to a serious loss rather than after. Next slide, please. We also do racing standards. One thing that we really are very proud about is we go over the ARCI rules. We also do the HISA rules. We also do the ASTM rules. And we do reach into the British and Irish horse associations rules and try to bring the best for your commission. Next slide, please. The equipment used, this is a Clegg hammer. I've already basically told you that information about that. That's you can get a little more information if you want to, and I'll be more than happy to talk at the end. Next slide. This is a very important tool. It's called the Field Scout in a TDR 350. It measures both the soil temperature. It also gives the salinity, and it is a very vital tool in our tool chest. Next slide, please. This is a shear tester. Interestingly enough, this was developed by the National Football League, and this tester gives the shear strength of the surface, and it's just kind of like a cleat situation. It gives us the Newton strength of the surface. Next slide. And there's the depth. What we also do is we check the depth at various sections all the way around the racetrack, whether it be a quarter horse racetrack or a thoroughbred racetrack or a standardbred racetrack. What we also do, and we find in your area, is a particular problem called carbonates. Carbonates basically turn into rocks, and we have a simple formula that all we have to do is put vinegar on it. It bubbles. If it bubbles, you've got carbonates. We have something that absolutely brings the carbonates out and changes the surface to. We've got people to tell us that their carbonates are gone and they've got a beautiful carpeted surface. I can tell you that it works very well in Wyoming, and it also works very well at Prairie Meadows, which is very high in carbonates. And New Mexico is very high in carbonates, along with California and Arizona. Next slide, please. The inspection process, what we do is we look at the surface, we look at the race rails, we look at starting gates, we look at the equipment and schedule all the equipment, and take a very, very good look at the horse ambulance that you have on site, and hopefully that we have both a horse ambulance and a backup and a human ambulance. We also test the security in the barn area and the test barn. Next slide, please. And we give a comprehensive report. We give an initial report before we leave, and if there's anything that needs to be taken care of prior to our leaving, the jurisdiction is advised. We also take pictures of everything that we do, and within 15 or 30 days, you'll have a complete inspection, comprehensive report with charts, diagrams, and Izzy does have a copy of the one that we did for Horse Racing Alberta, and I would recommend, if you haven't looked at it, I think you'd really enjoy reading it. Next slide. It's basically, I think that's probably about the last of it. If there are any questions, we would love to be able to add you to our list of preferred clients. We also, last but not least, we do a report on the soil samples. We basically go ahead and take samples of both the cushion and the base, and we have a complete report. I'll be more than happy to share that a sample of that report to all the commissioners and to Izzy also. Next slide. Our mission is to have a safe surface, be transparent, and make sure that we're an advocate of safe racing. If there's any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them now, or you have both Tom and myself's number. I am, as you can see, I love the business that I'm in, and I'm very committed to do the right thing for both the rider and the animals.
Joe, I got a couple of questions. One of them is every area where a racetrack is are different weather conditions. Do you take that into consideration on the material that's on the surface as well as in the base?
That's a great question. Yes, we do. What we do is we take the samples, then they're basically done by they've done by Mr. Depew, and basically we get and we take the answer to the question is yes, we take that into consideration, and the best point is the carbonates that you will not find carbonates in the East Coast, but you'll find carbonates in the West Coast and in the Mid-Atlantic, in the Midwest area. But yes, we are very cautious. We are very cognizant, of the environment in which we work in. And actually, with our report, we also give a weather report for the day that we're there. But an excellent question, and because there's quite a difference between the surface in Louisiana and the surface in New York.
Right. Well, our racetracks, one of them's like 6,200 feet. One here in Albuquerque is probably 53 or 5,400 feet. And, it's really important to us to make sure that the horses can get a hold of the tracks. You break down as many with a real loose racetrack as you do a firm track. If they can't get a hold of the track, it's
right.
It's not always the racetracks that cause breakdowns. We know that.
Yeah.
But we need to eliminate everything we can to prevent breaking horses down.
Well, what I'd like to add is what we're doing or making you aware of is being conscious, competent prior to an occurrence than after. If you have the ability to show people unfortunately, we have 25% of the population that we can never change their mind, but 75% of the population we can. And if we have the right information to provide them when there is an occurrence and decide that basically we have a solution, we're winning the game there. And that's actually what we're trying to do.
Great. Guys have any questions?
I had a question, as far as your availability and all that, is there kind of upon demand? And then the other question I had was, what's the ballpark cost? And do you have a menu kind of selection? Because I noticed your background of things you do are more than just the track surface.
Right. Great question. And we will do anything that you want to do. We can pare it down. I think that what we're interested in doing is providing you a service that your wants and needs, and we can discuss what you would like to do, but we have a menu, and I'm pretty sure that our pricing is probably very reasonable.
So you could pick and choose, or a track could pick and choose what items they would like to participate in?
We are more than happy to work with the operator, and we're more than happy to work with the commission in coming up with a solution. What we do is we come in and we meet with everybody. We don't come in and leave real quick. People know we're on the grounds, and that's how you learn. I've been in the racing business a long time, and just coming in and spending 4 hours and then leaving isn't going to cut it with me. You're going to get a complete report from a horseman.
Any more?
The audience.
And to answer your question, if you need me tomorrow, I'll be there.
Okay, that was, availability, it's not, well, we can be there in 6 months or something
Oh,
like that.
no. If you want me there tomorrow, I've got my equipment right here, and Tom and I will be there tomorrow.
We have a question from a horseman that's here at in the group. Would like to ask you a question.
Yes, my name is Jake Taylor. My question would be, is you come in and you determine the best condition for the track. And that's a certain, there's a moisture content and everything. While you're doing that, are the track management people trained in using the tools and what's required to maintain it that way? I mean, because you can say this is right now, but 6 months from now, does the track know how to maintain that condition?
That is a wonderful and excellent question. And the reason why we come in and look at the equipment and analyze the equipment to see if they can do the job that they really need to do. I think you all are recognizing what happened at Thistle Downs recently. And I mean, you've got to have the right equipment, and you've got to have a track superintendent that knows his job.
Those are hard to come by these days.
They're very hard to come by. However, while we're speaking, I have been verbally told that I'm going to be the mentor for the HISA Racing Surface Advisory Committee to get young people involved. So I hope that comes to fruition, and I hope that you hear that probably very quickly. But I have been verbally told that I'm going to be the advisor of the mentor program for HISA / the Racing Surface Advisory Committee. I already have 4 prospects. There is a lot of people in this industry that are interested in moving forward on surface management. And I met a guy at Sweetwater Downs last month that is just aching to be in the business and knows what he's doing. And the most important thing is he is progressive.
All right, Joe. Well, we thank you. Anybody else got any questions?
But before closing, we are available when you need us.
All right, Joe, we appreciate your time. Thank you. And we'll be talking to you.
Well, thank you so much for your time. And Izzy, have a great day, and everybody enjoy themselves, and have a great All-American.
Thank you, Joe. Thanks for the presentation. We appreciate it so much.
Okay. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
And commissioners, as you know, we have 2 race reviews. Would you like to take a break, or do you want to get right?
I think we want to get right into them, don't we?
Yes.
Yes. We do.
Get right into it.
Okay.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. Thank you.
See, we're ending with the race reviews.
You,
So
yeah, you're good. Just-
Like for these.
Okay? And if you
Thank
need
you.
anything, you call me or Izzy. Because we're the only ones know anything.
But if you want the correct answers,
Yeah.
call me.
Ken? Good luck. Thank you. Nice to see you.
All right,
Thank you.
have a good trip back.
Yes. I'll see you next trip.
Yep.
Thanks. So going back to this, is this an expense that they mandate the tracks out to have them? We hire him to do all the track.
Well, if they're having breakdowns, we'll make a couple map up. If they're having.
Oh, I'm.
If you'll be manning the BC head, then just tell them to slow down, stops, and you want to sort of cover. Okay, so there you go. And I'll start out with a little script.
What I was getting at is how much it costs, and I get what he
Well,
would
say,
say.
you see what his sent, the assessment they did for the Alberta track?
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty, I mean, the assessment has to be 175. I wonder what he would charge
Let me see that.
to do all 5 tracks.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Just
Well, you know, I don't want to say that.
No.
What it is, they got the best service. I mean, there's virtually no. What it is, what they got,
I mean, what if we could hire him to go assess every track?
it says what Albuquerque's got, they need to put it in those. Yeah. What do you think, Jay?
I've been in construction for 40 years, but I know a little about soil and
Right.
But that's all gonna be, if he comes in and looks at the tracks and it gets it to where it should be, then we should be left with the tools and the knowledge to keep it that way.
I agree.
And then probably need to call him back once every 6 months, once a year to check and make sure that it's being maintained properly.
Right.
I mean, you should have numbers that say this much moisture is ideal, this type of compaction is ideal, these depths. That should be the thing we're looking for, right?
And he would give the tools to check for the moisture and stuff like that, like Riiiiitt, I mean, they're gonna, because of the quarter horses, that's the track that,
Well, all that equipment and testing is available right here in Albuquerque. They can test the soil, they can test the compaction and tell you.
Moisture.
It is. But I don't know what's ideal for the surface.
and he does.
Yeah.
He would know that. All right, let's get
Ready, gentlemen?
ready.
All right. Okay, today is August 21st, 2025, and the time is 11:32. My name is Richard Bustamante, and I'm the in-house counsel for the State of New Mexico Racing Commission, and I will be overseeing this race review proceeding. We will now begin in the matter of the race appeal of licensee Saul Duarte regarding race number 2, which was run at Riiiiitt Downs on June 6th, 2025.
June 6th,
June 6th, 2025.
okay?
The race review pursuant to Commission Rule 15.2.5.14E. And today sitting in hearing of this race review are the NMRC commissioners, Chairman Billy Smith, Vice Chairman John Buffington, and Commissioner Bob Petrie. Notice of the date, time, and place of this hearing was sent to the appellant, Mr. Duarte, and he is here, as well as to all of the other participants in the race at issue, given that their placement of the horses may be affected by the outcome of this appeal. Again, the committee will consist of our commissioners, and basically the question before the commissioners is whether to uphold the steward's determination on this race or to revise the order of the finish. Basically, the commission will first hear from the licensee Saul Duarte, and then the commissioners will have the opportunity to question Mr. Duarte. The stewards will have the opportunity to question Mr. Duarte as well. Thereafter, the stewards will present their case. The commissions can question the stewards, and Mr. Duarte, you can question the stewards as well. And Steward Waxer and Mr. Duarte, if you could stand up and raise your right hand.
We'll go
You
there.
hereby swear and affirm under the penalty of perjury, testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I do.
All right, okay. Mr. Duarte, please state your name for the record and how you're licensed by the commission.
Saul Duarte, I'm the owner of the three horse,
And what is the name of the three horse?
Pinocchios Fire.
Okay, all right. Please proceed. Director Trejo is operating the VCR, so you let him know anytime you want him to stop, and you can use the laser pointer to point things out to the commissioners, okay? Feel free to walk up there if you'd like, sir.
2025, Ricky, the DVD player.
The DVD player, I apologize. I got a VCR in the brain. Thank you for that clarification. Showing my age. All right, Mr. Duarte, please tell us what you believe occurred in the race and why you think the steward's determination should be reversed.
You can see the five right there, looking in,
Where?
the five. My horse, the three horse. And the five horse is looking in right away.
This? Okay, go ahead.
He's looking in all the way.
Please proceed.
You're the three horse?
Yes, sir. Looking in all the way. And he's pumping the four horse. My jockey got right handed. The five is still looking in. Leg in front. Still looking in. You can see the head. It's behind my horse already on the hill.
Yeah, but he doesn't pull up the horse.
Got right handed, the jockey is hard to, keep the fight straight.
Help me, what action was taken? What was the
And
reason?
number 3 was disqualified. Commissioner.
Released going into five.
To 5th place. From 1st to 5th.
Okay.
And Mr. Duarte, they have other angles of the race if you'd like them to show.
Yeah, you can see the head of the horse, the five horse. Looking out all this, I mean, all this time. I ride for 13 years. I know when the horse fight with the horse. Right handed right there, looking in.
It's coming out, though, that's the problem.
To me, the five horse looking in more than my horse coming up.
So the four horses on the inside of me now.
Yeah, because the five is pushing up inside. He's pumping in the back. You can see in the back when he's pumping the five horse pump the four. It's going inside of my horse.
This.
The five pump the four. 3 times. Then right there. He's pushing inside. No room to come to. He's behind my horses.
See both sides. Start coming out. This jockey that called it or trainer, or was it done by the stewards? Was this a steward inquiry? What's a steward inquiry?
Mr. Duarte, do you have anything additional to advise the commissioners or do you want additional replays?
I have a question, why you don't give fire with the 4-horse when the 5-horse pushing, you put it 3 times?
That was for you, I believe. So, yeah.
Say this again?
Why do you don't call in fire? Because the 5-horse is pushing the 4-horse behind my horse. He's pumping twice or 3 times. And I don't see any fire in there.
Yeah, we did not see it that way. Yeah, we don't feel there was any fire involving before whatsoever, or involving the 500.
Or didn't even touch the other horse.
Was your contention? What was your contention? What did you saw the 3 coming out, which is lane and into the, not 55, but I would like to ask a couple of questions if I may. Mr. Duarte, do you feel your horse ran a straight course here in this race?
I feel my horse didn't do nothing wrong to disqualify. It's what I feel my race.
Okay, my question to you is, do you feel that the horse ran a straight race and he maintains lane? Okay, and do you feel that this horse was clear of the 5-foot?
He got a leg in front already.
I don't have any other questions for you.
Mr. Duarte, again, if you want Director Trejo to play any other portions of the race, he can rewind it, or if you want to point anything out. Okay. Anything additional to add, Mr. Duarte, regarding what you feel was done wrong by the stewards?
Feel like they say on my horse, I don't think he do anything wrong. You can see the head of the pipe, he was logging in all the time.
Commissioners, do you have any questions for Mr. Duarte or for Stewart Waxer?
I don't.
Stewart Waxer, anything additional to present or any witnesses?
Yeah, well, I would like to present our side. Yes, absolutely. So this particular race, the 3 comes out of his lane and definitely interferes with the 5. You'll see that the jockey on the 5 actually has to steady for 2 or 3 strides here. You can see him standing up there. Prefer to go to the head on this. And this is a great angle, but you can see that he's steady there and then he was beat for the photo ahead here, but he was coming back on. We feel that those 3 strides affected the outcome of this race for this particular horse. And
So
you're coming in front of the path of the 5. That's, we based our rules. We based our decision on the rule, which is the straightaway race. Every horse must maintain position as nearly as possible in the lane in which it starts. If the horse is ridden, drifts out, or swerves out into the lane in such a manner that it interferes with, impedes, or intimidates another horse, it is a foul that may result in disqualification. And if you look at this picture, if you look at the picture, there's a lot of space between here. The 3 is out practically in the 5 path here. But what happened to running a straight race here? There's a lot of room here. This jockey made no effort to get out of the way, and in fact, impedes this horse, and he was not clear. So now if you go to the pad. Yeah, go to the pad. Yeah, you.
as the time comes out, you will see here that he's definitely not clear. The source could have clipped heels here. We could have had a catastrophe in our track that could. He comes out and gets in his lane. Look at how close this road was. Stop it there. When he's steadying his horse to avoid clipping heels with his horse. But if you go frame by frame, you'll see, look at how close they were there. That was the foul. And then after the jockey recovers here and is actually out, he's gonna only be treated, of course, by replacing by net. Long head. Now he's clear, he's got room to run. Moving on. Any action? With the jockey? Yeah, so the jockey was given 7 days. We did write a ruling and gave him 7 days for this violation. There was no appeal on this for the jockey.
He was given 7 days and there was no appeal.
He did not appeal.
Who was the jockey?
Jorge Nieto Science.
Commissioners, any questions for Stuart Waxman? Mr. Duarte, do you have any questions for Stuart Waxman? And Mr. Duarte, if you have the final word here, so feel free if you want to point out again what you feel was done in error. And of course, Director Trejo will play the race for you. So please proceed, sir. Right. Okay. Gentlemen, any questions for either licensee Duarte or for Stuart Waxman? Okay. Gentlemen, what's going to happen is now the commission's going to hear the second race review. You can stay in the room, Mr. Duarte. After the second race review, they'll put you out in the lobby and they'll deliberate and then we'll bring you folks back and they'll announce a decision. So anything additional on the solid Duarte race review, Mr. Duarte or Mr. Waxman?
Well, just to wrap it up, we saw the disqualification here. And as I pointed out, the jockey made no attempt to keep this horse in his lane there. And I just asked the commission to hold the decision to Stuart.
Okay, thank you.
All right, okay, thank you. Mr. Duarte, you can just sit back there in the audience and yes, sir. Okay. Okay, sounds good. Okay. All right, we completed the initial race review, and now we're moving to the second race review. Today is August 21st, and the time is 11:40. My name is Rich Bustamante, and I'm the attorney for the State of New Mexico Racing Commission, and I'll be overseeing the second race review proceeding. This is the matter of the race appeal of licensee Brenda Pinocchios Alvarez regarding race number 2, which was run at Riiiiitt Downs on July 5th, 2025. Again, this race review is pursuant to Commission Rule 15.2.5.14E. And the commissioners, Chairman Billy Smith, Vice Chair John Buffington, and Commissioner Petrie are hearing this race review and will be rendering a decision. Notice was sent to all the parties. Given that depending on the outcome, it may affect their placement in the race. And we do have Ms. Pinocchios Alvarez here. And the question for the commission today is whether to uphold the steward's determination or whether to revise the order of the finish. And Ms. Pino and Alvarez, are you gonna have any witnesses? Are you presenting on your own?
I'm presenting on my own.
Okay, all right, if I could have you stand as well as Stuart Waxer and raise your right hand. Do you, both of you hereby swear and affirm under the penalty of perjury that the statement you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? All right,
Thank you.
thank you. All right. Ms. Alvarez, please, how are you licensed by the commission?
Okay, I'm the owner of Mary LaRue.
Okay, and what was number 7 and the horse again?
Mary LaRue.
Okay, all right. Ma'am, you'll have the opportunity to address the commission. Director Trejo will replay the video for you, and you can tell him to stop, rewind, etc. And there you go. You can point things out, and please proceed.
Okay, so I'm here today to appeal this qualification by the steward. I do acknowledge that there was contact, however, the rule they're using that they applied was that the contact made a material, that it changed the outcome. So the contact was right out of the gate, which is a very common, their statistics saying that 35.1% of the incidents that happen in horse racing are right out of the gate. So if you guys want to go ahead and play it, we did stumble, we bumped. But I believe that it did not affect the outcome because then we straightened. There's the
That's 789 commission.
7 and 9. Mhm. So we bumped, then 9 bumps. We were trying to straighten out, and then 9 keeps bumping it.
You are the owner of the 7, correct?
I am the owner of the 7. So, you want to play it so you can see that right after that happened, we straightened her, Mary LaRue straightened the path, and she runs like the clean lanes. Now, according to the profile, number 8's profile, this was its second start. So I'm not saying it's a bad horse, I'm saying it's an experience. And the placement might be due to that rather than the bump. In addition, I want to point out that there was the same incident, if you want to play it, there was the same thing that happened with 4, 5, 6. Nothing was done here, but when my horse got disqualified, then 6 was bumped up to 3rd place. So I just want to know exactly how the rules are applied, how the stewards select what horses they apply the rules to, and why horse 9 was disqualified as well, like 9 was.
Where did you finish in the race?
First, and we were moved to 8. Yes, please. Because if you can see, it's right out of the gates, and it's very common in horse racing for that to happen, but after that, we just clean straight ahead and won. According to the rule, that bump right there has to have a material effect on the outcome of the race.
Well, it certainly had an impact on number 8.
It did, and I am not saying I acknowledge the contact. However, if you can see here, number 8 was not checked, or it did not lose the stride. It continues running, and then number 9 bumps him again back to us when we're trying to straighten our path. And then he has to change lane, which is not uncommon in horse race, when you switch lanes. So I just respectfully like to know how the stewards came up with that decision to just disqualify my horse when obviously if they go by that rule, then about a third of the horses should have been disqualified based on that rule.
And Ms. Pino and Alvarez, it appears that you have that question for Stuart Waxler. Okay.
Right. So first of all, I'm gonna object to, we're specifically looking at this incident with your horse.
Yep.
With the 7. So with regards to the 4 and the 5, I'm gonna object to that, to the question. We did hang an inquiry on that, we did look at that, but what we're here today for is specifically your horse.
Yes, but it's the same situation.
No.
If you look at 4, 5, 6, why is my horse, it's the same race, the same situation, why was it only applied to my horse?
So once again, we looked at that and we're looking at your horse here. In that instance, the 5 and the 4, the 5 actually contributed to his own demise there. He broke into the 4. It was like a combined thing. He broke into the 4, but we're not, we looked at that, we hung an inquiry. And then now we're looking at yours and saying, here.
Tell me that again.
Okay,
The 5, broke into the 4. I don't see that. I'm just curious. 4 broke into the 5. Anyway.
right, well, the 5 broke slow and contributed to that.
So, in addition to that, you did mention that when I submitted my appeal. 5 did break slow, but 8 broke slower. When you look at the chart, then, 5 broke only 2 to 3 places from 4, whereas 8 broke 5 places from my horse, 8. And I have the chart if you would like to look at it.
That I'm not understanding.
So when the chart shows what place they broke, let me grab the chart. Okay, so here's the chart. It shows that 4, 5, 6, and then my question is about 6. 6 also has contact with 5. And 5 and 6 broke 7, where 5 broke 9. That's only 2 places different, where my horse 7 broke 3rd and 8 broke 8. So that's 5 places different. So I don't see how the breaking slow applies to this. And in addition to that, number 6, which also had contact, you can see here,
Yeah.
came up 4th. You disqualify me, and then you bump up 6 to the 3rd place. So just.
I'm only going to comment on this particular incident with your horse. We made a decision on that.
They're on the ratio.
So what makes you select one horse if you look at what you're doing based on putting in? What makes you select?
Worse.
Go by the.
I'm glad 8 on the clean one.
Okay, so I will discuss this. So we look at each situation. If there's an inquiry involved, we look at each situation. And in our opinion, if you go back to the start of this race, 4 and the 5 coming out of the gate. Yeah,
4, 5, 6 is the same as 7, 8, 9. That's my question. The same incidents happening in 2 different places in the same race, same day, same time. Mine lasted a couple seconds, where this one's still happening. You can see, if you see that. And I understand that we're focusing on my course, it's just a matter of fairness on the rules.
right.
So was this jockey given any days?
No,
It wasn't?
no.
Also, the chart doesn't point out that number 8 was checked, or that it lost stride, or that it impeded that one. It just says bumped both sides, which happened, and we acknowledge that there was contact, but it did not, it couldn't,
So you're,
based on the evidence, which is the chart and the video, the outcome wasn't changed because of the bump.
okay,
Now, I am so sorry. When I went over and I put in my appeal, you guys asked me a question. You said, how would you feel if that was your horse? Well, I don't think it's a matter of feelings. If you guys are taking into account owner's feelings, I appreciate it, but it's a matter of the evidence. I would have felt better if my horse would have been number 8 instead of my horse. See that my horse run a clean race and then he got disqualified because we worked hard for this. This is our first place. So.
Commissioners, any questions for licensee Pino and Alvarez?
No, just a comment. You write a very good letter. I'll tell you that.
Thank you. And I have all my research.
Braxton, do you have any questions for Ms. Pino and Alvarez?
no.
Ms. Pino and Alvarez, anything additional to add?
No, I just want to make sure that it stays on the record that I know that we are discussing my horse number 7. However, same incident happened on the same race at the same time. It's the same thing, and only mine was disqualified. Okay, so.
Stuart Waxer, please introduce yourself to the commission and present your case, please.
Chairman Smith, Commissioner Buffington, and Commissioner Petrie. My name is Kevin Waxter. As you well know, I've been with the commission since January 2024. As a steward, I was accredited in 2020 through the road program. Just a little bit about my background. I've been involved in racing for 35 years, and I'm going to present this case to you and show you our perspective. And then I'm also going to call a witness, the other steward, Pinky Smith here. So to begin with, this is a race from Riiiiitt Downs on July 5th. It's the second race. And following the running of this race, we posted inquiries concerning 2 different incidences. The first one was looking at the 4 and the 5 there at the start. We made no change in this incident as the 5 broke a little bit slow and inward as the 4 came out at the start. We determined that the 5 contributed to that incident. Now, going into the next inquiry here, involving the 7, 8, and 9 at the break, and not right out of the gate, but about 3 steps into the race, you'll see that the 7 broke out sharply into the 8. He slammed into the 8, and it created a reaction where the 8 then went into the 9 and then pinged on, so to speak, off the 9, back into the 7, and then back into the 9, and then possibly back into the 7 one more time. But all the while that's happening is the 8 is getting no opportunity to run there. He's like just trying to stay his ground on his feet there. So when you can you back up to the beginning? Come out slow. 7 slams its 8 rather hard there, and he pushes into the 9 here. They're going to bounce back and forth a few times. The back end of the 9 is going to come out. The 8's going to go back in there. He's not getting a fair opportunity to run there in that instance. And then after there's recovery here, towards the end of the race, he's actually going to make up a lot of ground past a couple of horses. This, we feel, cost this horse a better place, an opportunity for better placing here. We don't feel that the 8 got a fair advantage here, going back and forth. That affected his run. Played out red for speed for me, is he?
It's ran last in that race.
Pardon?
Who ran last in that race?
The 10 on the outside, but I have here a series of pictures that I would like, I believe you have them. And in the pictures, it shows a little bit more in slow motion, like what you can't see to the naked eye when it's running real fast. We have to play it slow. So if you would go out of the gate and just run it right for us. See a lot of contact between all those horses. And then in the end, this horse is actually coming on. He's past a couple of horses, and he's only going to get beat by a neck on this other horse. But when you look at these pictures, I just want to point out, and I have them in order for you. The first picture depicts the 7 slamming into the 8. This is where the initial contact is made.
The second picture shows the 8 bouncing into the 9. And then you can see like the head of the horse on the 8, he's actually coming down. So he's losing his ground there, but he's able to maintain his ground without going down because he's bouncing off his 2 horses. It's like he's getting tossed around. And then the fourth picture shows the same, where he's actually back off the 9, pushing the tail end of the 9 out. And then at that point, they clear. But that's all, that happened pretty quick. A horse race can be won or lost in the beginning of the race. We'll point that out. I'll also point out, when we look at the head on, that the 8 actually runs a straight race coming out of the gate. Break in, he didn't break out. 7 impeded this horse. Came over.
And Stuart Waxer, whenever you're ready to call Stuart Smith.
Okay. I am ready to call Stuart Smith. Can we pull her up on, did she talk through, if she's unmuted herself?
Next questions now, or?
You know, yes, actually, if you have a question. Stuart Waxer.
Pictures, you say we both number 8 also number 9. But do you see number 9 already coming towards 8? And then number 9 is coming towards number 8 as well. So number 9 is going this way. Not necessarily we did on number 8. I'm not saying we didn't. But number 9 was already coming this way as well. You can see it on the pictures as well. And then you said that number 8 was able to maintain its ground. That means it didn't lose ground. That means that it was not impeded. And that was the only one that we had versus where number 8 can straighten its path. We're already out of its way, but it's number 9 that pushes it again. Now, if that's the case, why wasn't 9 penalized?
Okay, so we're talking about cause and effect. And when the 7 comes into the 8 and rather hard, the 8 now gets pushed outward into the 9, and then he comes back into the 7 when he bounces off the 9, then he goes back into the 9 again. And all the while that's happening, he's not getting a fair opportunity to run his race. He's just getting tossed around in a washing machine, so to speak. And if you look at the race, he comes out straight out of the gate. I can't make that argument for the 9. Cause and effect, the 7 hits the 8, the 8 comes into the 9. So if you come out of the gate, isn't.
But you did say, just to clarify, you did say that you said that 8 maintained its ground, correct? Was
No.
able to maintain.
No.
He does say it was able to maintain its ground.
That's what I meant there is he can't fall down, he's got nowhere to go. He's getting bounced back and forth.
So there was some tumble.
Pardon?
There was some tumble.
Well, yeah, he's getting tossed
But
around.
it wasn't checked. The chart doesn't show that it was checked that it was ground.
And ma'am, you need to let him finish his sentence, just like.
Right, so
Like arguing.
whether it's the chart that you're gonna interpret or watch the film, we don't look at the chart, we don't have that information for us. But we do have the film. We probably watched 10 times this race. And we're looking at the race itself. And how that happened.
Do we have Stuart Smith available?
I unmuted her. She just hasn't unmuted herself on that.
Okay. If you okay with just closing your case, or if you really need,
I would like to get.
had some technical difficulty.
Okay, put her on.
Hear me?
I'm unmuted.
There you go.
Stuart Smith, if you could raise your right hand, do you hereby swear and affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under the penalty of perjury?
I do, sir. My name's Violet Smith, and I'm presiding steward for the New Mexico Racing Commission.
Thank you.
Did
Stuart
you
Waxman?
really hold your hand up?
I did.
Okay, go ahead.
Vicky, could you just give us a little background with your experience here?
Yes, I've been a steward for 37 years. I've been in that stand all that time. I've watched thousands and thousands of races, judged thousands of races. Prior to that, I was a jockey, so I've been there. I understand races.
You were breaking up a little bit there, but I understand you said did you say you rode races as well?
Yes, sir. I was a
Okay.
jockey for nearly 20 years.
20 years, okay, thank you. And on this day, were you up in the stands on this specific day?
I was.
And can you tell me how you judged this race?
Yes, on this race, when they came out of the gate, the 7-horse broke to the outside. It took him about 3 strides before he made contact with the number 8. The number 8 broke as straight as a die and was in his lane, holding his position until the number 7 ran into him. When he caught him in that shoulder, he knocked him right over into the 9-horse. The 9-horse did come in a little bit, but he had not made any contact with anybody prior to the hit from the number 7. The number 8 got ping pong back and forth. He had absolutely no opportunity to run his race. As we all know, quarter horse races can be won or lost at the start. And this horse had no opportunity to run his best race.
Commissioners, any questions for Stuart Smith?
I'm good.
Ms. Alvarez, any questions for Stuart Smith?
When you say that it had no chance to run its race, is it because you see it being checked or? Because the way I see it, I see number 9 coming straight for it as well in the previous shot that it had. You can see its legs pointing that way. And I know that it did make contact first, but it was one bump and then we straightened and went straight right after that. Whereas 9 keeps bumping number 8.
Okay, so what's your question? You said you had a question for me. Can you ask me a question?
Yes, can you show me where you see number 8 being checked, studied, that would have affected?
Well, he didn't have. Okay, can I answer that, ma'am? He did not have an opportunity to check because he was getting bounced around. And if he does check, he's going to go down. He needs to try to stay in there and hold his position in order to stay up.
Okay, and I don't know if you heard earlier when we started, where is the difference between this 7, 8, 9 versus 4, 5, 6?
Well, number one, we're here on your appeal, and your appeal only is to address the 7, 8, and 9. However, I have no qualms about explaining what happened with the 4 and the 5. The 4, the slow, as stated before, they do the 4 broke out a little bit, but when the 5 broke late, broke in, he caught the forward and high quarters, tipping him out as he out. So in our opinion, to his problems. Whereas the number 8 horse broke with the field, he was up in his position and he got knocked out of it.
As far as 4, 5, and 6 incident, if the connection's there, they could have had an appeal. If they chose to do that, they didn't choose to do that, so it's kind of irrelevant
And
the way I look at it.
I'd like to make another point here because you do mention the 9. So when we're looking at the 8 and 9 here, look at the picture and stop it there. The 7's not in his lane. The 8 is maintaining a straight lane. The 9 is in his lane. Keep going. Now the 7 hits the 8 really hard and he's going to slingshot into the 9 here. So I'm not saying, I don't think it's fair to say that the 9 dropped down, because if you look at this, the 9 is in his lane there. And this hit was rather strong. In other words, when the 7 hit the 8, he didn't just hit it, he slammed into that horse. That caused enough for the 8 to have to go into the 9. Now, he's going to bounce off the 9. He's going to come back into the 7. He's going to bounce off to the 9 again. All the while, your horse is not maintaining a straight course here. These 2 horses are affected. The 8 has not had an opportunity to run a race here. He's got no opportunity there. He's just back and forth, back and forth. When things finally clear up, he's going to have opportunity to run. He's going to come down here and he's going to make him run. If you play it out. He's now got his own lane where he can run and he's able to run. He's going to pass these 2 horses here. And then he's just going to get beat by the 9 there. Maybe a head or a long neck. As you can see here. And that will cost this horse an opportunity to run a better race. This cost him an opportunity for a better race.
So if we number 5, because 5 was struggling to get on 22. And I think that it's probably irrelevant, sorry, because they didn't appeal, but they didn't appeal because 4 didn't win. 4 didn't, and 6 was bumped up when this happened. So all I'm saying is this is an unfair application of the rules. If we're gonna look at it this way, because contact was made like 7 and 9 to 8 and like 4 and 6 to 5. Yet my horse was the only one that was disqualified, even though after he gets bumps back once again, then it straightens its back and just runs a straight race.
Stewart Waxer, anything additional on your presentation?
Sorry, excuse me. You know, we had a unanimous decision here. We applied the rules that we thought were applicable here. I made copies of the rule. I don't know if they're in your packet or not. But the rule is 52.5.13E. This is post to finish. We're looking at 3A, 3D, and it's basically 3A says maintain a straight course when the way is clear and the horse must be doing any part of the course, but if the horse swerves or is moving to your side so as to interfere with, impede, or intimidate another horse, it is the foul. And then 2, if the offending horse may be disqualified, if in the opinion of the stewards, the foul altered the finish of the race, regardless of whether the foul was accidental, willful, or the result of careless riding. And then this one really clarifies the whole thing. In a straightaway race, every horse must maintain position as nearly as possible in the lane in which it starts. The horse is ridden, drifts out, swerves out of its lane in such a manner that it interferes with, impedes with, or intimidates another horse. It is a foul and may result in disqualification of the offending horse. And in this instance, your horse impeded and interfered with the 8 when he came out of his lane and into the 8. And that is how we applied the rule.
Ms. Pino and Alvarez, you'll have the last opportunity to address the commission regarding why you feel that the steward's decision Incorrect. So please proceed with your closing.
Start chaotic. We all know that. Incidental contact right out of the gates, it's frequent. And I believe, respectfully, I believe that the bump made no material difference to the placement on number 8, because I think it might have been due to the fact that number 8 is a little inexperienced. It was its second start and it goes right with its current ability. First race, it ran 5 weeks prior to this and he placed number 9. So the only second race, I don't know if you want to take that into consideration, but I ask you that you do so as well.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Pino and Alvarez. Thank you, Stuart Waxer. And
I'd like to wrap up as we.
actually, Stuart Waxer, unfortunately, the licensee gets the last word.
Okay.
So thank you, sir. Okay, all right. Honorable stewards or commissioners, obviously, at this point, we would have the folks exit the room so you folks can deliberate. And so if everybody could exit the room, they can deliberate both race reviews. We'll call you back to announce the decision, all right? Thank you, everybody. All right. All right. And we are back on the record for the August Racing Commission meeting. And honorable commissioners, I understand after deliberating on both race reviews in the matter of the race review from licensee Saul Duarte, I understand correctly that the commission would like to entertain a motion to uphold the steward's decision.
Buffington, I will make that motion.
Second, Petrie.
Roll call vote. Chair Smith,
Yes.
Vice Chair Buffington,
Yes.
and Commissioner Petrie.
Yes.
Right. My understanding is after hearing the presentations, and my apologies, Stuart Waxer, for starting without you. On the matter of the race review by licensee Ms. Pino and Alvarez, after deliberations and hearing the arguments, my understanding is the commission would like to entertain a motion to uphold the steward's ruling in that matter.
This is Buffington. I would make that motion.
Second, Petrie.
Call Chairman Smith,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Buffington,
Yes.
and Commissioner Petrie.
Yes.
All right. Licensees, what will happen is a written decision will basically be written up and sent to you folks. And there'll be information on your ability to appeal the decision to the district court. So I thank both of you for being here. You're free to stay if you'd like. We're just going to wrap up the meeting here. Okay. All right. Honorable commissioners, I understand the last thing on the agenda is basically wanting to perhaps change the date of the September 2025 Racing Commission meeting.
That's correct.
During the next.
Motion.
I would make a motion to change that date to the, what date is it?
16th.
Tuesday, the
The
16th.
16th.
Okay.
Second, Petrie.
Okay. And that the motion is to move the September meeting to Tuesday, September 16th.
Yes.
All right. Chairman Smith.
Roll call, please.
Chairman Smith.
Yes.
Vice Chairman Buffington.
Yes.
And Commissioner Petrie.
Yes.
And gentlemen, no further business. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second, Petrie.
Roll call, please.
Chairman Smith,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Buffington.
Yes.
And Commissioner Petrie.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen, and thank you, everybody.
All right. Thank you. Good job today.
So is